Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, and Eskom Board Chair Jabu Mabuza are set to update the nation on the load shedding crisis today. This as stage 4 load shedding enters its 5th day. Now, during load shedding, traffic lights, of course, are affected, and it's a headache for motorists who find themselves stuck in traffic jams throughout the day. Let's get an update on the situation from JMPD spokesperson Wayne Minnaar. Wayne, a very good morning to you. And earlier we ran a piece about road rage and how motorists are coping or not coping with the situation at the moment. Are we seeing absolute mayhem on the roads because of load shedding?
Good morning. Yes. Well, what we're doing is that we've intensified the traffic management operation and have withdrawn at least 10 officers per region from the 8 regions in Johannesburg to focus on the 145 critical points which we have identified across the city. So we've got those officers on those points directing traffic and getting traffic moving for people to be able to get to work on time, at least.
So, Wayne, are you working mostly at major intersections, the usually busy routes, or are you working with the load shedding schedule where you know certain areas are going to be affected and that's where you're sending these officers?
Look, we're trying our very best to be able to work together in conjunction with the schedules. However, it's not so consistent. So where we are seeing congestion, traffic congestion, that is where we're deploying the officers mainly. And those are the 145 points we have identified as crucial because of the majority of vehicles using those roads. Like, for an example, Pixley Kasema, which is a main arterial going from the south, it's an extension of Boysens Road, all from Klippervier, Boysens into the Joburg CBD. And then coming from the east off the freeway where the M2 has been blocked off Battersburg Road and then Anderson Street. So all of those intersections have been identified as critical. So that's where we've got the officers placed at this point in time. And that's where they're directing traffic as we speak. And
will this be only during peak times, or are you moving about throughout the day, or just when it's morning and afternoon traffic?
No, we'll move around the day. When it comes, we know particularly the north, Willem Nicol has become a particular problem when it's at load shedding during the day, because on top of the N1 freeway, that's where it becomes very congested. So there we need to focus. And then also on Grayston Bridge, the Mike 1, if the power goes off during the day. So we'll deploy where the congestion is at its worst.
And are you seeing particularly bad driver behaviour, Wayne? Because I've noticed just driving around in my suburb that people don't actually know how to convert a traffic light to a four-way stop and how to use it as a four-way stop. We tend to forget.
Yes, look, that's the requirement. If a traffic light is not working and there's no officer there, then the motorists are expected to treat that intersection as a four-way stop. So whoever gets to the intersection first has to proceed and follow then by other vehicles. But what is very important at such intersections is that courtesy has to prevail, and that respect has to be by the one driver on another driver, so that when the other driver arrives there first at the intersection, the other driver should proceed.
And I think to be vigilant, because as much as you might be well behaved, you can't say that the person on the other side or on the other lane, I suppose, Wayne, is going to afford you the same courtesy.
Oh, absolutely. Because you see, especially where there's more than 2 lanes in the same direction, so it's very difficult to be able to observe all of that, because we get some vehicles have actually not stopped before the line, but then they move across because the other cars are moving.
All right, thanks very much for that. Just an idea of what's happening on the road there. JMPD spokesperson Wayne Minnaar just helping us navigate the roads during load shedding, and they're doing their best, he says, to be where they can and ease traffic congestion and the situation at major sections. Let's look